And hello, everybody.
Hi.
We are here today with our Sleep Life podcasters, Mel and Kelly. And
Hi.
say hi, ladies.
I'm
and
Mel.
It's Brittany and me joining as well. We're your normal people that are on here every week, and we're talking today about emotional eating and food addictions, and also we're going to talk a little bit about this crazy, fun bariatric retreat that we're all attending in November in San Diego. So we want to talk about that because there's still opportunities for any of you to join if you decide to do that. And our sponsor today is ProCare Health, and we thank them for allowing us to all be together. So if you're joining us on Crowdcast, say hi. And if you're joining us on Facebook, say hi. So we got both.
Yay. Ooh, how exciting. Yeah. That is exciting.
So let us know where you're calling in from. Which part of the U.S. or Canada you're calling in. That's usually most of our people are from different areas. So, or if you know awesome. Mel and Kelly, I'd love to know if you guys have heard of them, because they're our favorites, some of our favorites with Instagram. I mean, that's probably you guys' biggest platform, would you say?
Right. Yeah, Instagram, TikTok is getting up there, but definitely Instagram. Yep. And we're about to hit like 2,000 people in Facebook world, so
yeah,
so we're slowly coming. But yeah, Instagram's our baby. Yeah, so. Instagram's just a little bit easier to get our face and our name out there a little bit more than Facebook, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, we really enjoy it.
So tell us, for those that aren't familiar with what you guys do, tell us a little bit about you guys, and what kind of things that you are passionate about, you love to talk about, besides of course emotional eating and food addictions, which is our topic today.
Yes. Yeah. Go ahead. Okay, I was gonna say, so I'm Melanie, by the way. I go by Mel, and we basically, I'm 6 years post-op. I got VSG in 2015, and I was at 308 pounds, and I got down to 179. Back then, there wasn't a big community. There was no Instagram community. There wasn't a big Facebook world for bariatric patients, and so I felt very alone and kind of trapped and lonely or whatever. And I just kind of only talked to my doctors, and that was it. But then, Kelly got hers 2.5 years ago. Yeah, 2.5 years ago. So now I have like a partner in crime where we can figure shit out together. Yes, we definitely do that. We like to talk about anything and everything surrounding bariatric surgery. Yep. I mean, really, there's not a topic that we have off the table. We pretty much open up our lives to our followers and our listeners. And this is our baby. Yep. This is our passion. This is our passion. This is what we want to do for the rest of our lives, because it's so important that non-bariatric people understand that it is not the easy way out. There is a huge stigma that surrounds this surgery, and we want to break through that and make it more acceptable in society that you get bariatric surgery, because it does help. It helps you in ways that you can't even imagine until you've had surgery. It is completely life-changing. Well, yeah, because this one has like 4 autoimmune diseases. Yeah. And was bedridden for 3 or 4 years, like literally not leaving her bedroom. Yeah. Like, I would come over and I'd see her once a month and it'd be in that bedroom. Yep. So this has like saved her life, and she's able to do stuff now. Yeah.
Sounds like it's completely changed it.
Oh, it's completely 180 from what I was 3 years ago. There was actually a picture that popped up into my time hop today, and it's the actual picture of what made me choose bariatric surgery. And every year on this date, I get a little emotional when it pops up, because I see it and I'm like, this is the reason. Like, I remember getting all dressed up. I didn't do it very often, and I got all dressed up, got all ready. I went to a vineyard with my family and for my sister's birthday, and I remember being so excited to take these pictures with my now ex-husband, and the camera turned around and I looked at it and I was just like, who is that? Yeah. Because that's not me. Like, I was dead in the eyes. I didn't have a really big smile.
I was just, even though I was so excited to take these pictures, like I saw that I was just not even there anymore.
Yeah.
So, and I was taking so many pain medications that I wasn't even aware of half of my world half the time. And so now that I can be clear and aware and happy, I mean, I'm happier now than I've ever been in my life. And part of that is due to losing 125 pounds. And the other half of that is losing 140 pounds or 240 pounds of dead weight. Yeah. That is my ex-husband.
That's right.
But yeah, that's kind of our little spiel.
Yeah, because we just want more awareness. I think that's the hugest deal, is that like I got a lot of hate 6 years ago about wanting the surgery, needing the surgery, people acting like I was not going to be able to keep the weight off.
That's the worst thing they say.
It's so annoying, and it's like, what do you think? Why would I go through this whole process to not?
Yes.
You know, it's just very frustrating to hear, especially from people that you care about. It's very confusing when you hear it from friends and family, and you're just like, what do you think about me then? Like, why would you think that I would go through this process and then not be able to, you know, keep the weight off?
You're supposed to be my support system, and if you don't even have my back, then I could see how that would be really disheartening for sure.
It's frustrating, especially. I mean, I just ended a couple friendships this last year, and it's amazing. Yes. I mean, it's just like dead weight. Like it's just there, and then you know, it's hard to let go of that friendship because it's kind of like you've always had it. Yeah. But then on the other hand, you feel so much lighter because you don't have to worry about what they think and what they say.
Exactly.
You just go along. I literally said, have a nice life, and moved on with my life.
You can put that energy that you're putting into that person into so much more, and things that are going to open up doors for you that you never thought would, and you know, you're able to put that energy towards yourself. So
yes,
I totally agree. Brenda and I 100% agree.
Yes. I think that that's the energy that I'm now putting back into our mission to like normalize bariatric surgery, because that's the term that is not used very often in this field, in this community, is normal. It's completely,
I've noticed that,
yeah, it's normal for bariatric surgery. Some people can't lose weight just through exercise and diet.
Right.
And those people that can, amazing, you know, awesome. I'm so proud of anybody who goes through a life-changing journey, whether it be bariatric surgery or through diet and exercise. But it's just, you shouldn't look down on somebody because they chose a different route, because it's still just as hard.
Just because it's different doesn't mean it's wrong.
Yeah.
I think that's our biggest deal. It's like, hey, why does it matter what I do as long as the goal is still reached?
Exactly.
You know, I'm not harming anybody. No one's harming me.
That's what I was just going to say. It's not like you're hurting anyone. Yeah,
it's not it's very odd to me that people think that way.
Yeah.
That it's wrong to get bariatric surgery, or it's an easy way out, or cheating. And I'm just like, no, it's not. It's just a different route.
Yeah.
You still have to do all the same things. You still have to have a diet, you know, a semi-diet.
Well, yeah, it's just a lifestyle. Like, I know people don't like hearing the lifestyle change, but it really
is. But it completely is. You have to.
Yeah, and it's like, these are just the items that I eat now. I don't know why, like, I brought this up in our last episode that just dropped, is like, why is it okay if someone has, like, a gluten allergy or a peanut allergy? If someone goes, I can't eat that, and they say, I'm allergic, it's fine. But if I go, I need to have a small portion, they'll be like, why? They have like all these questions behind it, and then judgment. It's like, why do you care? You wouldn't care if I said I was allergic to it, so why does it matter?
Yeah.
Or if you say, I just don't eat sugar.
Yeah, I just don't have sugar anymore.
And somebody would, well, why? Why don't you eat sugar? That's not a good enough reason. Yeah. And it's like, well, I'm pretty sure that it's okay because it's my choice.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
My body, my choice.
My body, my choice. Exactly.
Oh gosh. It's kind of like I'm at the age now where I'm getting a little bit older. I'm not partying as much as I probably used to. So, you know, whenever I'm out and one of my friends are, you know, wanting to drink, and I'm like, I'm just going to stick with water or iced tea or whatever. Why? Why aren't you drinking? Why aren't you having, you know, it's kind of like that for me too. So I get what you mean. Yeah. Like, do you care?
Yeah.
I actually, during the process, because I've been married, we just hit our 13-year anniversary, and we've actually had that conversation. Awesome. Think about it. Why do you care? And he'll think, and he's like, I don't really do care. I'm like,
No.
then let's not have this conversation.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because all it does is bring like us all down together. It's not like you're getting anything out of it that's positive.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Well,
like-
and we both didn't drink for about a year and a half,
a
right?
year and a half. I did not, after that surgery, I didn't, and
Yeah.
it was weird because my first drink was just because I was in Mexico on my 30th birthday. So it was like, and they're literally passing out tequila shots wherever I would go, and I don't even like, well, then I didn't like tequila.
Now she does.
I love tequila now.
Yeah.
But it was just interesting, like, I guess I'll just do it, but there was no urge to drink. Like, I was loving waking up not hungover, not
Yeah.
feeling like shit. It was amazing. Like, when you do a year and a half of that, you're like, why would I?
Yeah.
Exactly,
Like,
yeah.
it's kind of interesting if people just kind of stop what they're doing and then assess it. They actually would probably make more, like, different decisions. But
Yeah.
I think we both can contest to this. Like, before surgery, we were just shoveling food and drinks in our mouth, not realizing how there's a real effect from what you consume to and put in your body and how your body's
Right.
going to react to it.
Yeah.
Well, and it's a real food addiction. That's the hard part. Is that we don't even know that we're addicted to food because we're not connecting the dot of like, oh, I'm having an emotional period of time in my life, so I'm going to go eat food,
Right.
Because that's my comfort. That's my addiction, and it's not always drugs, alcohol. It can go to many different things. One thing
Absolutely,
that
yeah.
one thing that I just learned was you can actually have a transfer addiction to slider foods. And I didn't realize that could correlate as an addiction after weight loss surgery. And that just blew my mind. I was like, oh,
Well, because what we've
Okay.
learned is the habits. So, like,
It is.
because a lot of people still think that, like, food is not there. You can't be addicted to food, and it's like, okay, I get the sense because we have to eat no matter what to nourish our bodies.
Yeah.
but it's the addictive behaviors that we're having, and it's having it towards food. So, like, the hiding the food,
Yep.
eating it really quickly so no one knows about it. You know, like being in that one room where no one can see you, or like not tracking it on your tracker because you don't want
You don't wanna see it.
evidence of it. You know,
well, and you don't want to see it with your own eyes.
Yeah.
You want to pretend like it's not happening.
Exactly.
And I feel like that is an addiction. When you try to hide those behaviors, even if you're a drug addict, like you're going to hide those behaviors because those are not positive behaviors. You don't want to think of yourself as, I mean, nobody goes around and being like, yeah, I'm a drug addict and I'm proud of it.
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
it's not, that's not just, it's
and
not
even
something that's
with
happened.
drug addicts, they don't even realize they have this addiction as well. Like, so
Yeah.
it's in the same sense. We have the same brain of like, it's going to fill the void, making us feel better.
Dopamine.
And then until someone outside kind of goes, hey, whoa, there's a problem, whether that's your doctor or family or friends, that's when people start realizing they have whatever
Sure.
the addiction is.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So it's just like people need to communicate too. I think that's a big deal. Like, people are really scared to talk about weight, but they're so easy to talk about drugs and alcohol and gambling. But yet,
And mental health and weight.
yeah, those are the ones everyone's taboo and scared about. But I've noticed the more that we talk about it, the more people aren't scared and more people are actually willing to open up.
Yeah.
And then you
And
realize,
I
oh,
love
there's
that.
something else that's in there that's causing these
Yeah.
things. Because we found out, like, we both go to food for loneliness. And then we both go, like, and I go to, for, like, it's just really, it's a comfort thing. So what was the other one that was lonely? And I said it yesterday.
I don't know.
Maybe bored.
No.
Tired?
I'm
just
I'm
kinda
definitely
tired.
I'm definitely a boredom one.
Mine's the angry or sad. That's the one.
So highly emotional.
Yeah, it's like I want Arby's fries and a Hershey bar with almonds. Those
Yeah.
are my two trigger foods.
Yep.
So
I'm anything with sugar.
yeah,
Anything with sugar.
Brenda, you and I have kind of touched on this a little bit too. That, I mean, this might be a strange opinion, but I mean, there's things in society that don't help with this either. And,
Yeah.
we don't really talk about that either. For example, anytime you have something great happen in your life, it's always centered around food too, right?
Yep.
Like
Yep.
going
Yep.
out, celebrate, let's go have a really nice dinner, let's get dessert after, let's go crazy, and I
Yep.
mean, that's a really big societal thing. I mean, I have myself have not had bariatric surgery, but I've had struggles with my weight too as a young woman. And, growing up, my family was birthday parties, all about food, Christmas, every holiday, graduate from college or, 30th birthday party or, whatever.
Yeah.
There's other ways to celebrate that shouldn't include overeating and just eating all day too, even. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Overindulging.
Yeah. I mean, even when I was getting ready for my surgery, I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's called a food funeral. And you go and visit all the places that you're not going to be able to eat
I've never heard of
after.
That.
Yeah, it's like it's a whole thing. Yeah, and I did it.
Heard of it? Really?
I remember a lot of our patients whenever I worked at a bariatric program, that was like what they would do. It was well known. Food funeral.
Yep.
And I didn't know about it actually until Kelly did it, because I didn't do it. I didn't even think about that being an option, but I've noticed, like, with myself, like, I don't think about food in those instances. It's only for, like, it has to deal with an emotion. Like, for me, there's such a big connection between emotion and food. It doesn't have to be for anything else. Like, I don't need to have a food funeral, because in my head I already knew, because of some of the people that, like Tara and stuff, that had the surgery, you'll eventually be able to eat the things that you want to eat.
It's just not going to be in the volume.
Things. Right, it's the volume.
Yeah.
And some people that have volume problems, I think it's great for them to have the food funeral, because then they have that in their head, okay, we're not doing this anymore.
But I also think that is a societal thing too, is that we feel the need to go and eat all these places because those are the things that bring us joy, and that's what we're going to miss about our old life, instead of talking about the fact that, I'm going to miss not being in pain, or I'm not going to miss, I'm like, there's things that I don't know how to describe it, but it's just, it's still centered around food, even though you're reaching out for help to get healthy. We're still, our first thought is, okay, I've got to eat all the food that I can for these dates because I'm going to start a liquid diet. And that at the time I was like, oh yeah, because this brings me enjoyment, and I'm going to miss it, and I want to go and eat all the foods that I'm going to miss, instead of being like, okay, I'm going to get ready for having this life-changing surgery. It really didn't compute until after that there was a food addiction connection there, and I didn't even know that I was experiencing it at the time.
Oh. Yeah, and that's why we're going to talk to Dr. Shapiro at the retreat about this. Because she's a food behavioralist. Is that the right word?
Behavioralist?
She's a bariatric therapist that specializes in behaviors.
Yes. Bariatric behavior.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, right. So we're going to actually have her with us, and we're going to talk all about food addiction and transfer addictions. And it's really, I think it's going to be an eye-opening experience for the people that get to be there.
Yeah.
Because when we record, it's like constantly our eyes are like, oh my gosh, I do that.
Yep.
Or, oh my gosh, I need to change that. And so we don't even realize, like, we are in the bariatric world like 24/7.
Day and night. We wake up, we sleep, bariatric community. Like, it's crazy. That's the first thing I check when I wake up, the first thing I check before I go to bed.
First thing I do is I reach for my phone, I check all the social medias, our emails, and then after that, maybe I might play a little phone game just to pass time. But then at night, it's the same thing. You check all the socials, and then you're like, okay, I'm going to sleep.
Well, because we have a support group. So we have what's called the Benchies through patreon.com/OSLP. Shameless plug. And that is, like, right now we have almost up to 60 to 70 people in there. And they get to talk to me and Kel all day long.
Yep.
And that's kind of like the best support group that I've ever been a part of, because we're literally sharing stories and we're talking to each other and we're sharing tips and tricks. Like, people are showing me, like, when they're at, like, concerts. And, like, when they're
because they know Mel loves concerts.
I love concerts. I love live music. And it's cool because when I went to one, I showed them too. I was like, here you go. Like, I'm going to Alanis Morissette. Like, it's just such a good community. And we can feel so comfortable with each other, and it's a safe place. And I think that was the biggest deal for me, is I didn't have someone I could just share my experience with.
As you were going through it.
As I was going through it. So I want us to be there for other people, because it's such a big deal. Like, people just like, oh, you had surgery, it's fine. But it's like, the surgery part's fine. Like, we all can pretty much get through surgery. Like, and me and Kel have had other surgeries before. Like, I've had a leg surgery. You've had sinus surgery. I've had bladder surgery.
Yeah, I've had bladder.
Gallbladder.
Don't say bladder. That makes me feel real old.
I was like, wait.
No, it's my gallbladder. My gallbladder is not in anymore, everybody. It is not bladder issues. And then I've had 3 nose surgeries.
Yeah, so like, we know we can get through surgery. It's that aftermath part, like, not knowing what to expect. Because, one, we're all different.
Yep.
You know? And I found out through my process that I do emotionally eat.
Yep.
I had no idea.
Yep.
I had straight food addictions to things, and I had breakdowns. And if I can be there for someone else while they're going through a breakdown, because even one of the girls today in our group chat was like, I don't know what to do. She was, like, panicking. And some of the people in the group were like, what do you want us to do? And I just told them, like, just breathe. You will be okay. Yeah. Just feel your feelings and process. Because what I notice the reason why I eat more is because I won't process the emotion. So I'm trying to hide that part. And that's what I'm doing. And I realize, like, that's not healthy.
No.
So we have to process now because we have little pouches.
Yeah. We actually I had an experience with a high emotional day. I had broken off the friendship with the friends that I had for many years. And my godfather, the anniversary of his passing was on the same day. And then I got into an argument with the boyfriend, and I was telling Melanie, because he's got 2 teenage daughters, I was like, I didn't want them to see me cry.
Right.
And she was like, why? Why wouldn't you be okay with that? Like, they need to be able to see normal emotions.
Yep.
And that's a normal emotion. You're feeling your feelings. And I was just like, I don't know why I don't want them to see it. Because and then when I started processing, I'm like, it's because I take all emotions and I shove it down as far as possible. Yeah. Because I don't want to, A, bother anybody with it, or B, it's sometimes really hard to feel those feelings.
Yeah.
It's scary.
It is very scary.
Yeah.
So we're really, I mean, we're working on ourselves just as much as we try to share information with everybody else. So
I think that's how we help others, is just them watching us go through these, like, situations. Because, like, when we did the, what was the other one we just did? What was it? Our newest episode. That was just me and you. No, self-sabotage.
Yeah, self-sabotage.
Oh,
sorry.
Self-sabotage.
Oh, you're okay.
They asked for your link to your Patreon, so I'm pulling it up. I'm listening.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah,
if I'm quiet for a minute, it's just because I'm checking comments on Facebook, guys.
Oh, cool.
Got it. Okay,
that's awesome. But yeah, with our self-sabotage,
that you want to share with them.
Any questions?
Not any questions. No, not yet. Just a lot of people saying hi. Robin says hi.
Oh yeah, I see a bunch in here too. Let's say hi.
SLP.
So what I was saying on the self-sabotage is, like, you can hear me and Kelly, like, hit a topic and then run through and realize, oh, this is why I do these things. Like, and you hear me get upset, and I'm like I'm tearing up on air, and I just slowly calm myself down because we're talking about it. And I think that's helpful because they're seeing real emotion.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I was telling Kelly, like, why are you trying to hide your emotions from other people? Because, like, I think that's one of the reasons why me and you both actually hide our emotions from people, or try to, is because we were told at younger ages, don't cry, suck it up, put a smile on your face, no one cares.
Yeah.
Like, that's the biggest, like, I don't know, like, if anybody else has had that, but that's definitely where I was brought up at. So, and if I did cry in public, my mom, but my mom would be mean about it. She would
not only that, but old friends of ours would be mean about it and tell her, like, she's a crybaby, or, like, she needs to stop crying because it's embarrassing, or whatever. And it's like, dude, no. Yeah, we're allowed to feel our feelings.
Yeah, and I realize as I get older, like, I can feel my feeling. They're so intense sometimes.
Yeah.
And the only thing I can do is cry. And it's because I'll cry when I'm sad, and I'll cry when I'm happy.
Yep.
I mean, it's very rare when I cry when I'm happy, but it has happened.
Yes.
And it's like, what do you want me to do? Like,
yeah, exactly.
You know, like, it's a normal, this is a normal response that my body wants to make, and you guys are shaming me for it.
Yes.
So, like, that's why it's been so hard as an adult to share my feelings, and because I'm so scared that someone's going to be so rude about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, when
I definitely identify with that. I just got married in May, and there was a lot of emotions that went into planning a wedding, and some of my family members weren't super great.
Yeah.
And that's completely normal, which is sad.
It got to the point where I was just like, and my best friend, my maid of honor, well, I'm so happy I have her in my life. I mean, it's like you two. She's basically my sister. She told me the same thing. She's like, you're allowed to have feelings, Brittany. Don't let anyone tell you how you can react to a situation, as long as you're not hurting or, yelling at anyone. Hurting anyone emotionally or physically, you're fine. Feel how you feel. And I think that's really awesome that you guys tell other people that too, because this is an emotional journey for people. And it's an emotional thing. I mean,
and life is emotional.
Yeah.
And
it's messy.
It is. Yes. After I moved out of my house that I had bought with my ex-husband, I had to leave my dogs, which are my world, behind, because the rental that I got into doesn't accept dogs, which is normal over here, that they just don't accept big dogs, which sucks. But I had to leave them with him, and I was bawling my eyes out because I had gotten the last of my stuff out of the house, and I didn't even care about the house or the marriage. Like, it was leaving my boys behind. And I was just like, I need somebody else to, almost tell me that I'm not crazy. And so, and so I hopped on Instagram, and I was just, bawling my eyes out, and I'm just like, I'm not crying because my marriage ended. I'm not crying because I'm leaving this house that I lived in and, built a home with. It's literally just because my dogs that were there with me through that entire divorce, I had to leave behind and say goodbye to. And, that's and I'm allowed to feel like that. And everybody was so, that's one thing about the bariatric community that I love is, no matter what you post, they're so welcoming and so loving that you're like, oh, okay, this is normal. Okay, I'm okay to feel like this. Yeah. And that's just a life example that has nothing to do with bariatric surgery, but it's an emotion. It's a high emotional time.
Well, and, also, you're allowed to even cry about your marriage and leaving your own home that you've been in for 7 years.
Yeah, but that wasn't I know, but I didn't feel emotional about that.
Oh, I know.
It was the dogs.
Just letting you know, even if you were, that's totally fine.
No, I call him Satan for a reason, so.
We do have one question. Robin Hathaway wants to know, do either of you have any of you had childhood trauma? So I think she's wondering if maybe that has related to some inner trauma, and if that's related to maybe one of your food addictions.
Yes. So my father was actually physically abusive to my mom, and I saw it for many, many years until she left. And then he disappeared out of our lives. I've seen him a total of 3 times in the last 30 years. So I don't have a relationship with him. It's very traumatic to watch somebody be physically abusive with another person, and then a father figure or a father just piecing out on you.
Right.
And I think that's a portion of why I eat when I'm lonely, because all of that kind of comes back, and I can control what I'm eating, but I can't control the memories that come back. Yeah. So definitely trauma in that aspect.
Yeah, because I see for my.
Robin said, no, you're fine. Robin said, I understand, me too, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's, for my family, it's just interesting. It's they didn't believe in any of, therapy.
No.
Right? So they just thought, you just figure it out yourself and move on. The whole, suck it up. No. And they literally would say, no one cares what you're feeling, just stop it. And they would be I care, but no one around you probably does if you're in public. And that was, a huge deal. And, they fought all the time. My parents thought, I don't even know if they went a full week without fighting. They were they were both emotionally abusive, they were both physically abusive towards each other. We had a lot of family members die when I was, and my family also is, my dad has, he's one of 9 kids. Oh, wow. And in 2 years, we lost 5 people. It was insane. It's no one lives in my family past 60s. So that's my dad died at 59. So it's just crazy that how intense it can be of just not taking care of yourself and abusing you physically, people around you physically and emotionally, like what it can really do to you. Because I know my mom didn't realize that she was doing damage with the whole like, oh, you're too big to wear jeans, we can't find them in your size. Even when I was like, because I was like in 6th grade. And
that will cut a young girl down. I mean,
right? And she didn't even realize that that's a thing, that it was going to affect me, but it totally did. You know, I'm going to middle school in sweats or those stirrup pants, you know?
Stretchy pants.
Getting made fun of because, like, it looks like I'm, like, and then I'd get made of because we were poor. So it was just, like, getting all these different things on all these different sides. So it definitely does affect, I think, how you like grow up and be an adult. And because now I'm like,
you know, what's
here's
crazy
food.
Is that you don't realize in the moment, you know, like when you're younger, when your mom said that to you, you probably didn't realize how much it was going to affect you. And now that you're older, you look back on that and it's like, I mean, I'm just talking about like even things in my life, you know, now that I've gotten older and I have time to reflect, I'm like, well, that's the way I am. That's why I am the way I am.
Yep.
So it's just crazy. You get older and you're like, wow, that was really traumatic.
I didn't think about a lot of things for a long time. And then recently this year, I've done a lot of soul searching and like finding myself, because I got to a point, I mean, over the last 15 years, there's been trauma just in that. Because I was told I was too stupid to, like, not in those exact words, but basically I was being told I was stupid and what I said wasn't accurate.
He just kept saying you were wrong about everything.
He gaslighted me.
Yeah.
Is basically what he did.
Exactly
our entire marriage. Yeah. And, I mean, it wasn't all bad, but there was definitely, like, trauma there because I didn't know who I was. I mean, I remember one time we were doing Fun Fact Friday, and so we were trying to think of fun facts about ourselves. And Mel said, okay, what's this fun fact about you? And I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, well, what do you like? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I like Disney. And she's like, no, like, what's a bit? And I'm like, I don't know. I have no clue what I like. And I've completely changed that, and I can list off 1,000,001 things now that is a fun fact about myself. But then I was so bogged down, and I didn't know that it was okay to be myself.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
We have another question. Scotty. Hi, Scotty. She's with us like every week. We love Scotty.
Aw. Hi, Scotty.
Hi.
Addiction to slider foods. Do you have any suggestions on how to stop this?
Protein.
Yeah. Finding alternatives, I think, is the biggest thing that helps us.
Yeah. What I just know about myself is that if I have high doses of protein through the morning and afternoon, my brain doesn't even register that I want the slider foods. I notice if I skip meals or if they're just really low protein and water that day, for some reason I want Ritz crackers. And
that's the most random thing ever.
That's the deal. Is like and that's a huge slider food. They dissolve in your mouth, and I can eat a sleeve like nobody's business. Yeah. So, but the days that I have high protein, I don't even think about it.
Yeah.
So
I would say protein. Finding. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, like, probably most slider foods are carbohydrate based.
It is, yeah.
You know, or sugar. You know, they go down really easy. So protein probably would help stop that, as you said, just because of the ability to keep your blood sugar more level. And maybe not spiking it up so high, because I know whenever I eat, like, I'm like you, I like Ritz crackers too, and it's just like an easy something to put in your stomach, and then like 30 minutes later I'm hungry again, you know, because your blood sugar spikes up, and then you need something to balance it a little bit. Would you say, Brittany?
We have another question too. I didn't know if you guys finished that one, so I just want to make sure we're answering them all. Sorry, guys.
No, you're good.
Scotty said hers is Skinny Pop.
Skinny Pop.
I've never tried
they're
Skinny
good.
Pop before, so I don't really know. I know it's supposed to be like healthier popcorn, but Robin wants to know, how do you guys feel about exercise? You guys just posted about this today. I saw it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So this is the weird thing. I love being in the gym. I love being in the actual gym. But getting myself there is an issue. I know.
I
what
love it because like they're laughing because they know I'm laughing at you.
Yeah, because you are. The other thing is that I do.
She hasn't been to a gym since surgery. That's the only reason why.
I have two.
Except for the Devotion gym.
No, that is not accurate at all.
I remember.
I would go to the gym at Be Fit
After surgery?
Yeah, and then COVID shut it down, and so I stopped going.
It was just you had a physical job. I don't remember you ever going to Be Fit. You went to Be Fit with me before surgery. I remember that.
Yeah, and I went after.
We have photos of that for sure.
I have photos after surgery.
So that's why I giggled because I'm assuming that she has not gone since surgery.
No, that is a complete false accusation.
Robin's laughing too.
I do love working out. It's just the motivation to get moving.
Getting yourself there, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like if I know I have to come over here and do a live workout with Mel or like being in the Devotion gym, I'm all for it. Like I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
But it's like getting myself motivated to do it. And I think Mel touched on it. I had a very, very physical job right after surgery. So I was doing 20,000 steps in a day. And
like 4 hours. Like, she legit was having, like, a full workout at work. It was insane.
Yeah, and I would lift, like, 100-pound buffets, doors, like, everything.
It was so cool.
And so that was my exercise for a lot of it.
Yeah,
but the days I didn't work, I went to the gym. I have pictures to prove it. So I do love being in the gym. It's ever since COVID hit, I just can't get that, like, oomph back.
Oh, I don't feel comfortable going back in the gym at all until this is fully...
I'm not wearing a mask while I work out. I'm just
like,
not.
That's the deal. I don't want to wear a mask. Because the first 2 years of after surgery, I was, like, insane at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I fell in love with the gym. I was there. I did 2-a-days for almost 6 months because I really enjoyed the classes because I was starting to try all these different classes and realizing which ones work for me, which ones I don't like. And so I'm very big about, like, go work out, you need to move. Because when that scale stops, it's going to stop.
Yeah.
You're going to need to have muscle, and they preach to us weight training is the biggest deal because your muscles can burn more for you while you're sitting than, doing all those other things. So, like...
Doing cardio.
So, like, doing any type of squats, deadlifts, anything that works your thighs and butt will make your body actually burn calories for 72 hours.
Yes.
But when you do cardio, it's only 24. So, it's like, get your bigger bang for your buck, basically, is how I kind of saw it. And I fell in love with rowing and cycling, and I would have never done that before. But
I just did both the other day at Amy's gym.
Oh, perfect! I really encourage people to just try all the different machines and all the different classes near you because you just don't know what you're gonna like. I was doing hip hop classes and I was doing yoga / Pilates. Like, it was pretty cool. Like, I would love to go back to the gym and do those things. I'm just not comfortable until, like, I don't have to wear a mask.
Well, and I think people forget you don't have to be good at all of that stuff to enjoy yourself and have a good time. Like, I tried Zumba for the first time a couple weeks ago, and I loved it. And I probably wasn't the greatest one there, but I still had a really good time. So,
but also, I think with this journey, you find out it's okay to not be good at stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to be the greatest at anything to enjoy it. Just kind of be silly. Like, everyone else is there. They don't know what they're doing either.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, we're all insecure and nervous when we're at the gym. Like, we're all scared someone's looking at us. Like,
judging.
And judging. But really, they're focused on their next set.
Yeah, they have no idea. They don't want to judge you at that point because they're worried about the 150 pounds they're going to lift.
Exactly.
Well,
like,
and if they're like me, it's like, okay, I'm here. I want to get in. I want to get out.
Yes. Yes. I do not want to be here for 3 hours, so let's get it over with.
We need to get done, and let's get out. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Guys, got a couple more questions, too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to do one off. So there's actually 3 questions. The first one is, and we're going to do them fairly quickly because I want to get into the retreat and I want to keep it under an hour so that we can put it on Instagram. So can I eat enough protein from protein shakes? Do I need to add more protein with weightlifting?
Ooh, probably.
I would say yes.
Yeah.
From who we've talked to within the community that weightlift, they're consuming a lot of protein.
A lot of protein, a lot of calories.
And I don't think just protein shakes alone can support that.
Yeah, you're going to need some real meat.
You
protein.
need meat.
Yeah.
Meat, people.
And you'll probably crave it.
Yeah. I know I do.
Yeah.
We know you do.
I do.
Yeah.
I agree.
Brittany,
though,
do
and
you
I
want me
think-
to ask the next question, or did you want to?
I think Amy would agree too. Or is it the one about COVID weight?
Let's
Is that the
see.
one?
Did you? Well, there's one. I think there's one right after it's Robin's again, and then there's Rachel's.
Okay, yeah. So Robin's is, did you ladies gain COVID weight? How did you handle it emotionally if you did gain?
Yeah,
So it's
we
kind of
both did.
two-parter.
Yeah.
I didn't gain a lot. I gained like 5 to 10 pounds. I talked to my surgeon, and I'm on Phentermine now. And now I'm back down to the weight I was before COVID. I'm just right at 191. I've been sitting here forever. So I even weighed in this morning. I'm like, oh, well, it's the same.
Good to know.
Good to know.
We're in a habit now.
Yeah, my body just stays here.
Yeah, it likes
Like,
191.
191 is its favorite number.
Yeah. I gained about 10 pounds with COVID. And then when I got told I was getting a divorce, I gained another 20 on top of that. So emotionally, it's really, really hard. I think about it all the time, but I also know that like it's okay. I'm not at a weight that I was at before surgery, and I'm not in constant pain, and that is kind of my barometer for where I'm at. Just because I'm not a size extra small shirt anymore doesn't mean that I didn't work my ass off for this.
Sure.
And it's okay, and I can start any time I want to try to get back down, but I feel like I'm getting more comfortable with this as the every day passes.
Well, and the dietitians we've talked to and the surgeons, they say you'll get to your lowest.
Yep.
Like low, and then you gain about 10 to 15 pounds, and that's where your body wants to stay at. That's very, very normal. So people that are about to have surgery or in that honeymoon stage of that first year, you'll get to your lowest, and it's okay that you're going to gain the 10 to 15 pounds. That is super normal. We've all been there. Do not be mean to yourself.
Yeah.
And actually, are you guys familiar with Maddie Spar?
I feel like we are. Maddie?
Yeah. Yeah.
The blonde, and she's blonde?
Yeah, Maddie.
Maddie. Okay.
Yeah.
She's the best. She's gonna
Yes,
be,
she is.
She's gonna be in San Diego with all of
Yes,
us too.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're so excited.
I
We're so
know.
excited to see her.
But
so
she always says that there's something called a happy weight, and I feel like she's like, yeah, I got like down to, I forgot the exact numbers, but and she's like, yeah, I knew it just wasn't sustainable for my body, and she's like, so I gained a little bit of weight. I'm not a size 0 or whatever, but I'm at my happy weight. So I always like to say that because I think that's a really cool way of thinking about it.
Yeah.
You're
I would
not
say
negative.
I'm at my I'm okay weight.
You're okay.
Yeah, I'm
You're
okay. I'm not like totally happy with it yet, but I'm okay with it. Like I still don't look at like I did at the before photo, so I'm good.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
That really it is.
Yep.
And I have one more, and then we're going to talk about the retreat. So
Okay.
Rachel says, what are your thoughts when it comes to the craving something and having either the protein alternative, like the Quest PB cups or cookies, versus
that
an
one,
actual
we like
Reese's, like a Hershey's bar from Mel, or actual cookie? Do you go to the alternative option or allow yourself the treat?
I think it
bit of
depends.
both.
Yeah, I think it depends on the number one, the craving.
Yep.
Because if I'm craving it every single night, then I think an alternative is a great way of doing that because I like something sweet at the end of the day. So I have Built Bars on hand at all times
We
for
both
those
do.
reasons.
They're in our fridge.
Yes.
Yep.
But I also think that there are times where, like, you're at a birthday party and you're craving that piece of cake, or you just want a chocolate chip cookie. Eat the damn cookie.
Yeah.
Have the cake. It's not going to ruin all the progress that you've put in. Now, I say this with get through your first year
Yes.
before you are eating the cookie, eating the cake, or whatever. And I'm not saying like eat a whole cake by yourself. But I mean, have a cookie. Like, it's not going to kill you to have a cookie. And if that cures your craving, great. You had it, you're satisfied, and you can move on from it. If it didn't, then I would go towards the alternatives.
Well, yeah, because the dietitians we talk to all say you should eat what you like. You need to eat what you like, and that's the only way you're going to be successful. And sometimes, Melanie's going to have a Hershey bar with almonds. It's just not going to be as much as I would want.
Yeah.
And that's why I do the Built Bars in between, because I am a all or nothing girl sometimes where I'm like, no, it has to be this. I can't have the alternative, because with my brain, if I don't finally have that item, I just keep thinking about it and thinking about it. And I'm like, okay, if I can just have even a little bit of it, it helps satisfy like my mouth craving and my head craving.
Mouth pleasure.
Yeah.
Mouth pleasure. We call it mouth pleasure. Yep.
Cracks me up every time.
Oh, that is funny. So there's a couple people that said they're about 2 years out, and they're happy that it says the class or group since COVID 2019 is non-existent. So, I mean, it's good that we're having things like this. And then also I have, they're asking how far out are you? So they might have missed the very beginning. You ladies want to tell them again?
Yeah, so go ahead.
I'm
first.
6 years out.
Yep. And I'm 2.5 years out. So we're both working towards our your 7 years and my 3 years. So it's going to get there before we know it.
It's so crazy because I remember being in year 3, like the year 2 to 3.
Yeah, we talk about it.
And it's funny because I'm like, oh, it's okay. We're at this spot. Like, this is normal. This is where you're supposed to be. These are the thoughts that you're supposed to have. That's what I was like. It makes complete sense. Like the whole like, I want to find myself. I want to say yes to everything. I want to try all the things. Like that is so normal right after your honeymoon phase, because you are trying to find yourself. Because now you can fit into new clothes. You can go to different places without feeling anxiety. So you're just trying to figure out, what do I like?
Well, and I think also with being out of that honeymoon stage, like you're not so super focused on what you're eating anymore, and so your mind kind of does this shift where it's like, okay, what can I experience?
Right.
And I know that me and Mel have talked about that she was the same way. She just wanted to go and do stuff.
Everything.
And that's why I'm like, okay, let's travel. Okay, let's go do this. Okay, I've never been to a show, so let's do that too. Like I'm all for anything that pops up. And then if I don't like it, I don't like it. But at least I know.
Yeah, and we've learned it's okay to not like things.
Yeah, you don't have to like everything.
That's a huge deal. It's okay to be like, yeah, not for me, not a fan, and then just keep moving. It's okay.
Yeah,
like,
totally fine.
You can't like everything.
Yeah. Oh, and I just thought of something for the cravings. Or somebody had asked, like, what do you do to combat, like, when you want to eat slider foods?
Right.
I have recently started crafting.
Yeah.
So I bought a Cricut, and I have been doing these snow globe cups. And it keeps my hands busy, and so I don't even think about food.
Yep.
Because I'm focused on something else. So maybe finding a hobby that you can like coloring or knitting or sewing or like, you know, even the Cricut stuff, like it just keeps my mind occupied. So I'm not like, ooh, there's chips. Oh, there's cookies. Oh, you could go to the store and get some candy bar. Like, oh, there's cake too.
Yep.
Like it just kind of brings me into another world. So
yeah, it turns that part
Laughing
off.
Exactly.
because it's so true. Like here recently this year, I was telling you about my father and my father-in-law passed away. Well, we inherited some houses, and we've been, Brittany knows, I've been going through and we've been remodeling a bunch of stuff.
Oh.
And it has kept me so busy. Me and my sister call it the brown house diet because the house was brown. I mean, like it, like literally just it consumes so much of your time and energy. You're just like, okay, I really don't feel like eating because I'm busy and I'm preoccupied and I'm not thinking about food. It like does, like when you have a hobby or a project that you're working on, it makes such a difference.
It really does.
It's like my day. But we're going to jump into the Bariatric Society Retreat.
Before we do that,
what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to share my screen because I'm going to go to their page, and then I'll share the link here in just a second.
Is your code with us OSLPC 2021?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Is that 10% off?
I believe it's 10.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't giving false info. Okay, go on, Brittany.
Thank you.
Sorry, that's all I wanted.
We have, so guys, bariatricsociety.com, and I'll post the link here in just a second. When you get to their page, this is what it looks like. They have a retreat coming up November 11th through the 14th in San Diego, California. They have 15 more tickets left. I just talked to Stephanie, who is coordinating it, last evening. She said they have 185 people that they've sold tickets to, and they have 15 left. I guess they had a couple cancellations. But they also have a virtual, they're doing this virtually as well. So you can buy virtual tickets. But there's all kinds of fun things. Like if you want to do any of these extra fun things along with it, skydiving, parasailing, horseback riding. The venue is amazing. It's at the Paradise Point Resort and Spa, which is on Mission Bay in San Diego. And I've been researching it because, guys, I didn't tell you this yet, but I think we're going to be hosting a bonfire. Me and Brittany are hosting a bonfire. ProCare sponsoring it on Friday night. Yes.
Oh my gosh, we're so excited.
Yeah, we had no idea. That's amazing.
Look, there you guys are.
Oh,
Yeah.
There they are.
yeah.
There
I
they
love that
are.
photo.
I'm so glad that
You guys-
Yes.
Brenda and I are huggers
There's lots of
too.
different speakers. So this would be a great opportunity. And actually, none of us are directly, I think the price is $400 for the retreat pass. Now, if you're purchasing a virtual, it's $99.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then on-demand account access to sessions, $39.99. That's probably additional. Like if you're wanting, I guess, on-demand. Maybe that's this is plus swag bag. Okay.
Yeah,
this
the
is
swag bag.
on-demand access, and this is with the swag bag. So
Yeah.
I am going to, I think I stopped sharing my screen. Sorry about that,
You
girls.
did.
I guess I'm
That's
back.
okay.
Yeah, no.
I'm going to
Yeah,
post
we're gonna
the
be-
link.
Saying you guys, Brenda and I are huggers, so we're gonna give
So
you a
are
big
we.
hug when we get there.
Oh,
Yes.
so are we. We're so, we keep telling people, we can't wait to hug you. And then I'm like, oh, I have to ask first.
Yeah, I know.
So we are definitely, still to this day, when we say goodbye, when I'm leaving at the end of the day, we still hug.
We still hug.
And I'm like,
every time.
I will see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
But
We even hug multiple times.
yeah, we're like, okay, bye. Okay, bye.
But yeah, we're gonna be there. We're gonna be doing a live
Panel,
and
Yeah.
it's gonna be an episode that will go up on in the YouTubes and all the things.
Awesome.
In the YouTubes.
Yeah, it's gonna
In
be in
the
the
archives.
zeitgeist. Yeah,
Yeah, we can't wait. I just want to be there and meet everybody that we've been talking
yeah.
to for the last year and a half.
Yeah.
I'm excited to meet Maddie too.
yeah.
I can't wait to hug her. She just seems like the best hugger.
It's like
And
a
I'm just-
light. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's
100%.
just got this inspiring thing about her that I just cannot wait to pick her brain a little bit.
Oh, I just can't wait to hug her because
hug
she's
and
been
pick
through.
brain.
She's just been through so much stuff.
She has,
It's
yeah.
just it's so crazy, and the fact that she's been so positive and dealing
So
with it in
upbeat.
such a good way that
Yeah.
she because it's really easy for the things that she's gone through, and
Yeah.
even what Kelly's gone through with transfer addiction, and that's why we're going to talk about it at the retreat, is so important because when tragedies happen and big traumas happen, it's very easy to just cross over into those other addictions.
Sure,
and
yeah.
I'm very proud of both of these ladies for not going that route.
Thanks.
So, yeah.
I think it's really sometimes it's hard to not go towards what you know is comforting. Mm-hmm. So trying every day.
Yeah,
That's all you can do.
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
one
And
thing.
that's
all
one
you
thing
can
I will
do.
never
That's what
give
I was
up.
just gonna say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're excited. So we are gonna what's even more exciting about the retreat is that we get to see be in this tropical place
Yeah.
together.
It's gonna be fun.
I just cannot wait. I can't wait to see
I've
everybody
never
speak
been
and
to
go on
the
dinners.
West Coast either, so I'm really excited.
Oh,
my
welcome,
gosh.
welcome. We're
Yeah.
super chill over here.
Yes, we are all chilled. Well, unless you're me. And
You're pretty chill though. I think you're chill.
I am a little high strung.
Yes. But
Yeah.
you are West Coast high strung.
High strung and chilled kind of goes together. It's a really fun, kind of like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what I see you as. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
chill, but it's also whoop, I'm here for the party kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. You give me some tequila, I'm down to do whatever.
We're gonna have
The thing we need to do when we're there, Brittany and I have been talking about this. We want to do a little live while we're there. So
We do too.
We have to find
Yeah.
you guys, and we'll do that.
yeah.
Yeah,
be
for
fun.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would
So
love
you're-
to do
Maybe
that.
bonfire night. Who knows? Depending on how that goes.
Well, make sure, ask how many tequilas I'm down. And then, because I get a little,
Interesting.
yeah.
Well, and we have two things I definitely want to share. One, we're going to have a booth at the marketplace, so you guys can get all new merch. There's there's new stuff that no one has seen before.
Yep.
So
Cool,
that's
cool.
exciting. And two, we're going to pick a night and we're going to do a live podcast from the hotel room.
Yep.
So welcome everyone.
Yep. So anybody who wants to come sit in while we record is more than welcome. But
Oh,
we
yeah.
really,
Yeah.
We really just want to say what we're feeling and like how amazing it, because I know it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
So that's a given. So, but yeah, we're super excited for the marketplace, and we are only going to have a certain number of pieces. So we're going to have our website up, and so anybody who wants to order anything else, we'll have it all set up for you to order from the booth.
That's
so
awesome.
Awesome.
And do you
they
guys
ask if the
have
hotel's
that link?
expensive.
Oh,
I think
yeah,
the
our
hotel,
link.
the what hotel link?
No.
Oh,
I was
no, the
asking
regular
for
link?
Yeah. For
So
your
for
merch,
our
so I can
website
share
for
that.
merch, that is actually just oursleevelifepodcast.com.
Yep.
So you can find our
I'll
crazy
let me
faces
put
on
that
there.
Yeah, and we are actually going to be updating that very soon with something very cool.
Something new? I think that will drop probably November 1st, right?
November 1st.
Yeah. There will be a
Awesome.
full update November 1st so people can see some of the new stuff.
The website is going to go through some changes, and it's going to be so fun.
Yep.
All right, guys. I just dropped that link. If you're interested in
Thank
checking out
you.
their merch, go.
Yeah, and
do
you can
that.
you can sign up to be on our email list. So at any new fun things that come out, you'll know about it first. We also do have all of our episodes, and we have our live surgeries that we did with Dr. Dovek up on the website. So there's a lot of stuff there for people
Lots
to go
of
look
goodies,
at.
lots of resources.
Yes, lots.
Use
Yes. Yes.
That's right.
And we are constantly going through updates. So check back often.
Seriously. Yeah.
it. It's a very nice website you guys have, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
you.
I built it.
Super cute. Yeah.
She
Oh
did
my gosh.
so good,
Awesome.
didn't she?
I
Oh my
stared
goodness.
at my screen for 12 hours and figured that out.
Yeah.
I was just like, no, there has to be a way I can do this.
She did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I told Mel, I was like, I'm MIA today. Like, I can't, I just have to stare at my screen. I actually bought a new computer because
Just for
it
that?
wasn't working. And I was like,
Oh, no.
no, I'm done. I'm buying a bigger computer.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. It was kind of spendy, but I was like, it's needed.
Totally
It's-
worth it. Yeah.
It's for the
Okay.
business.
It's a
fine.
necessity, right? Tax write-off.
Yeah,
it is a
Kelly
write-off.
says it's fine because it's a tax write-off.
There you go.
That's my
right.
response for everything. It's a tax write-off, though.
Fine.
It's fine. Kelly says it's
normally it is,
fine.
so it's great.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't say it's fine if it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sharonda says, first-time listener, loved this. I'm 2 years out and have gained a lot of my weight back.
Okay.
All right. Well, we can definitely help you out, girl.
Yeah, come find us on any of the social medias, and you can ask any questions you want. Our support group is amazing, full of people that will help you through it and give you nonstop support
And encouragement.
and
yeah.
encouragement.
Yeah.
And we constantly do challenges every month on Instagram. So we have a protein challenge, water challenge, and a physical challenge, which I still owe Melanie a water bet.
I think we both owe each other water bets.
Yeah, so we're going to do it
fun.
together. So we said that if we didn't do every day of the physical challenge, we would do a water bet. So we're both getting wet.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
gonna be fun.
So that's going to be happening soon. So if you want to see that,
Yeah,
hop
I do,
onto our
actually.
Instagram.
That's why I was like, let's do it. Let's
Yeah,
do it.
yeah. Definitely.
All right, we got anything else? We got about a minute or two left.
Yeah,
Well-
I'm going to just say, too, just to kind of reach out, I want to thank Kelly and Mel here for being our... You guys are
Thank you,
awesome.
yes.
Like, I could
Aw.
have you guys on every week. We love
Yeah.
talking to you. Like, it just goes by. Time just goes by.
You
It's
might
like,
have
goes so
too
fast.
much fun, though.
And,
Nick might be
we
like,
also-
no, you can't do that.
Love it.
They're like,
also
no,
wanna
have other
thank-
people.
We also want to thank our sponsor, ProCare Health. And if you guys want to join us too on any kind, me and Brittany do these live topics every week as well. And we also were usually, there you go. Oh, we want to put their code. Have you done that already? Did I miss
She
that?
did.
Okay.
No, she did it.
And to follow us, if you decide to follow us, we have a Crowdcast channel, which you guys are maybe listening on, or you may be on Facebook. We'll put the links on both. It's basically you just get a notification whenever we start a new event. So we thank our sponsor. We thank you guys. And we're going to end with just a big
Mwah.
hug and kiss until
Yes.
we see you guys again. Okay? Thank you so
3
much.
weeks.
3 weeks.
Like 3 weeks.
3
Yeah.
weeks.
Yay! Cannot wait to meet you guys in person and give you big old hugs.
Right. We love
I
you,
know.
ladies.
I know. Well, you guys take care until we see you, and
We love
hopefully
you
you'll
guys
be
too,
better
by
by
the way.
then.
Yes,
Yes.
I'm sure we will be.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Thank you guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.